Hi everyone. I had so many queries after Friday's video because I lost so much weight last week on how to do, people asking me, how do I get started on keto? What do I need to do? Is it easy to do? So I thought, do you know what? I might as well just make a video on how to start a keto diet. But I think the most important thing is why. Why would you want to embark on this diet? I had lots of reasons, but to name a few, it was for health reasons. It was to address my very unhealthy diet, which was affecting my blood sugars, and I was borderline type 2 diabetes. So I needed to fix that because I knew the future was not going to look good unless I addressed it now. So that was my main reason, and the benefit and this, of that would be to lose weight as well. Because I'm no longer in the obese range. So it was a huge lifestyle change for me. But what's your why? You have to have enough reasons to want to do it to buy in and commit to it. Can you commit to it long term? Keto isn't something you do short term. It's not a quick fix 3-week, 4-week diet and go back to eating normally, because you're just going to undo all the good you've done. So you need to be prepared to change your life. And although when you get to maintenance, you'll be able to eat a little bit more of the things that you might have missed, a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but you can't go back to eating the way you did before. So can you commit to this long term? And what is ketosis? What is the keto diet all about? It's about being in ketosis. And ketosis is an alternative form of energy for your body than glucose. If glucose isn't available, your liver makes ketones, and your body uses those ketones for energy, and ketones come from fatty acids in your body. So your body is actually burning fat for energy, and if you don't give it enough fat in your diet, it will then burn your body fat. And that's what it's all about, the science. Ketones, ketosis, it's all about science. What tools, if you're thinking of starting, what tools do you need? So number one, you need a good set of kitchen scales, because everything you put in your mouth you need to weigh. You need to know there is no free eating of this and free eating of that. You can eat large quantities of vegetables and salads because they're very, very low GI, but you do need to make sure that you know how much you're having and that you haven't gone over your daily allowances. Find a 0-calorie drink that will get you through from one meal to the other, so you don't want to be snacking between meals. If you can, you want to do intermittent fasting in the morning and go as long as you can before you eat, and having a 0-calorie drinks that you can just drink all morning will help you do that. The importance of intermittent fasting is that you will get into ketosis much, much quicker. I drink coffee all morning and I drink fizzy water for the rest of the day. You need a food diary. You need to log everything you're having, and these can be done on the phone, on apps on your phone. There are 2 widely available. One is MyFitnessPal, and the one I use is called Carb Manager, and I've done a little video of how to get yourself set up on Carb Manager and how to log your foods, and I'm going to insert that later on. Bathroom scales are optional, because you don't need to be ruled by the scales. You've got to trust in the science of the diet and trust in the process. More importantly, I would say, would be a tape measure. Go off your measurements. That's the let that define you. The fact that you're losing size and not that figure on the scale, because it can go up and it can go down on a ketosis diet. You can have days where you gain weight and you can have days where you lose a lot. So, don't let the scales define who you are or whether you're going to stick to diet. Take your measurements before you start. And the other most important thing, and it's a must-have, pink Himalayan sea salt, or pink Himalayan salt or sea salt. Pink Himalayan salt has got lots of vital minerals in it. And when you have a highly processed diet, you're taking in a lot of salt. When you're losing weight, you're losing a lot of salt. You need to replace your salt. And if you don't do this, if you don't take pink Himalayan sea salt, you will get headaches. It's called the keto flu. So that you have that in, you need to get that in before you start. So the first thing to do, take your measurements and then what to expect. You will get cravings for carbs in the first 2 weeks, and they're really hard to deal with, but if you make a commitment not to give in to them, what you do need to do, and what I'd suggest, is find a project before you start. Think about what you're going to do, whether it be decorating, whether it be cleaning out a cupboard, whether it be knitting something, making something. Have in mind something to do so that when you're getting the twitchiness and you're feeling you want something, you've got somewhere to go that'll keep you busy and occupy your mind. I don't think I'd have got through the first couple of weeks unless I'd have kept myself busy. And to avoid the keto flu, you need to take the pink Himalayan sea salt. Okay, so keto staples are your basic foods. Good quality meats, fish, loads of vegetables that you can have. Really, you're looking for the green leafy vegetables, which also have the good things in, like magnesium, eggs, chicken, butter and cheese, and cream. You can use cream. You can cook with olive oils, coconut oils, avocado oils. Tracking. You've got to track your protein, your fats and your carbs. You have to track them. And out of those three, proteins and fats are the only two things that are essential for life. Carbs are not essential, and yet that makes such a big part of our diet. In this century, we've sort of turned it around, and we're eating that many carbs. They're not actually essential. The proteins and fat are essential. So you've got to track them all. So I'm going to put a video in here now of how to use carb managers, so you know how to set yourself up and get yourself going. Okay everyone, I just thought I'd show you all how to use Carb Manager, because it's the most important tool for tracking what you've eaten. If you don't know what you've eaten, you don't know whether you're in ketosis and whether you've eaten too much or too little. So on whatever type of phone or iPad or whatever you've got, go to your app store, and if you type in the search Carb Manager, I mean, mine comes up without me even having to type a full thing in, but there you go, Carb Manager Keto Diet app. And then you'll want to download it. It's this symbol that you're looking for here. That's the Carb Manager app. Now I've already got it downloaded on mine. So there you go, there's the app, you can see the symbol there. And when you're getting started, you want to go down to this side menu here and click on Getting Started. And you've got to put all your basic details in. So carbs to track, you can track net carbs or total carbs. I suggest you track net carbs to start off with. It gives you a little bit more, and you want to make sure your carbs aren't too dangerously low as well. You still do need some carbs. Track all macros, track your calories, what your units want to be, whether you want to be in metric or imperial. I've obviously got a username, and then click continue. Then you've got to put in your own personal details. So I'm female, I was born in 1967. I have to put my height in, and you have to put your current weight, and that's in kilograms. And if you're doing it in stones and pounds, you'll have to do a conversion, just work out the conversion. And then it asks you, what is your goal? So if my goal wasn't to lose weight, I can slide that across there. But I do want to lose weight, so I'm going to leave it there. So it's giving me a calorie deficit, and it's telling me this is what my goals are every day, and it gives me an idea of what I should lose in a month if I stick to those. It then asks you, what diet do you want to follow? Now I've got keto diet, but if I just click on here, you can see there are lots of diets. There's a low carb, high fat, which is very similar but just slightly different. These are your ratios. So this is 70% fat, 25% protein and 5% carbs, where this one is only 63% fat, 25% protein and 12% carbs. There's a high protein keto, so there's more protein on this one. There's lots of different, bodybuilding. So you want to be selecting keto. And then working off, it looks at your height, your age, your weight. It works out then what your carbs are. So I've adjusted my weight on here because I've lost weight. I'm now allowed 16 grams of net carbs a day, which is 5%. 82 grams of protein, which is the 25, and 70 grams of fat, which is the 70% fat. And if you click apply, it then takes you to your daily log screen. Now it will keep popping up as you're using it with unlock all and go premium, and all that gives you access to is menus. There's nothing really that you need on there. So, and premium is a monthly subscription, £3.25 a month. It's not worth it. You don't need to pay anything to use Carb Manager. So now you've done your getting started, you can start tracking. It comes up with today. You can go back, there's my tracking yesterday, the day before. So it does log everything. And you can go back and see if you've had a really good week's weight loss, you can go back and see what you ate in that week. Oops, sorry about that. So I haven't put anything in today yet. I know what I'm going to eat. What I do is I put it in here before I eat it. And then I can work out whether I need to change my quantities. So I don't eat breakfast, I eat a brunch really. I try to eat after 12 o'clock. So I log in everything that I plan on eating. So today for lunch or brunch, I'm going to have an avocado. It's on that list because it's something I've had recently. When I just click on add today, it will add into lunch. And I'm going to have some fried eggs. So if I just key in eggs, or even eggs fried, it's on the list, and I'm going to have 2. Add that today, and if I just close that down, you can see now under lunch, it's added up what I'm going to have. It tells me how many net carbs, how much fat is in the meal, how much protein, how many calories, and then this legend here, it starts clicking up, well, this is 3 grams of the 16 I'm allowed, 35 grams of 102 grams of fat, 14 grams of the 82 grams of protein, and 400 calories so far. For my evening meal today, we're going to have a chicken Sunday roast chicken. So I plan on having chicken breast. I always measure my ingredients raw. So before cooking, I just find it easier. So when I'm cooking, I know. You can change your amount. So say I want to have 175 grams, add that today. I'm also going to do cauliflower mash, which is just cauliflower cooked, mashed up with a masher, or you can use a stick blender with a little bit of butter, it's lovely. So I will weigh my cauliflower out, and I'm going to have 2 cups of cauliflower to mash. Add that today. I'm also going to have some broccoli. And that will be, I'll probably have half a cup of broccoli actually. Add that today. And finally I'm going to have some Brussels sprouts. I'm having quite a lot of veg today because I didn't have much veg yesterday. Because we are having the Sunday lunch, Brussels sprouts, 1 cup, add today. Now, because I've had lots of veg, I want the fats, and I want to be able to put butter on them and them taste nice. So I will be having, if I can spell, I will be having butter. I like salted butter. And I'm going to have 2 tablespoons, which is that must have been what I had. But if you want to change quantities, you just go in there. So I'm going to 2. And if you want to change from tablespoon to teaspoon, you see the list comes up and you just select what you want. Change that back to tablespoon, there you go. So 2 tablespoons, add that in today. That's what I plan on eating for the whole of the day. Now what I do then is have a look, have I had enough? So I'm bang on my net carbs, I'm just 1 gram under, which is fine. I could eat more fat, but I'm not too worried about having all the fat, because if I don't eat the fat, being in ketosis, it will burn my body fat. And I've had 77 and 82 grams of protein, so I could just do a little bit more protein. What I am going to do then is add a snack. And what you can do when you add foods, you can do your own recipes. So you can have My Foods, and then you can do recipes. You can create a new recipe, and it just saves you from keying in the same things. So I have halloumi wraps. I have an iced coffee, so this is what I'm going to have. But my iced coffee, if I show you the details, which I've logged, it's coffee prepared from grounds, 2 tablespoons of double cream, and I put a serving of collagen in it. And collagen will just up my protein a little bit. So on my foods, I'm just going to add my iced coffee because it's already on my list. Add today. And if I go back now and have a look at my daily totals, I'm slightly over on my protein actually. I'm not going to worry about it. In fact, I might reduce. This is what I do. So I play around with it until my quantities come within. I will edit my quantity of chicken because I know 150 grams is plenty for me, so that I can get the collagen in, because collagen's so good for you. Right, so I'm nearly bang on my protein, I'm bang on my calories, I'm just under my calories, and I'm bang on my carbs. So that's what I'm going to eat today, and that's how you log it. And if you decide you want to amend something, you just click on these dots here, and you can either edit, which will take you back to there, and you can change your quantities, or if you decide you're not having it, you can just do delete, and it will remove it. So that's how you use Carb Manager, and you just keep your eye on this bit here, this legend here, so you know you're within. And what I do is I log it all on here first, so that I know what I can eat. I don't eat it and then log it. The other thing you can do, if you've got a packet, so say I wanted to add something for dinner, if you've actually got the packet, you can click on scan and it will scan the barcode and it will log it for you. So that's a really good functionality on there. So that's my Carb Manager, and it's the most important tool for knowing where you are really. You can't just eat things unlimited, you've got to know exactly what your quantities are. So definitely recommend downloading my Carb Manager. Okay. And then finally, do your own research. I have spent hours researching this diet before I started. I've watched lots of videos from lots of different people. I've followed other people's stories. A lot of them are the same old, but it basically comes down to the diet works. The one I recommend is Dr. Jason Fung, because he explains in very good, he's got a lovely voice, but he explains the importance of intermittent fasting and what it actually does to your body. And then Dr. Berg, who does very small bite-sized videos, so they're a lot easier to find the one you want and just watch them. There's a lady called Jess who has a channel called Keto Rewind, and she has gone from huge morbidly obese to, you know, being within the right weight range. That was another tongue twister today. So do your own research. You know, when you start, be confident in the fact that you know what you're doing. And plan. So I sit down and I plan the meals for the week, the main meals. I do my shopping list accordingly, and then every day I put on Carb Manager what I think I'm going to eat in terms of weights and quantities, and I play around with it until it fits, and then I eat. So all the planning is done in advance. You need to plan. If you can, get rid of all your highly processed crisps and biscuits and things like that you might have in your cupboards. I couldn't do that because I've got other people that eat them in the house. So if you can, that would be great. Just get rid. And the last thing is, if you fall off the wagon, just jump straight back on it. Don't beat yourself up. Don't let one day become 2 days, become 3 days. Just get straight back on it. And carry on, because you'll know from the feeling that you get from a diet that actually this is the right way to eat. You know, it makes you feel so good. So good luck if you're going to start, you're going to have a go. I wish you all the best. Please follow my journey, and good luck with your own journey. Bye bye.